This is my video on, like, depression and self-harm and all kinds of other things, I guess you could say. Like, and just bullying and, like, the feelings and stuff. Alright. Oh, and if you have any rude or hateful comments about me or what I'm saying or anything, might as well just not even watch this, because it's not going to be worth your time. Thanks. I know how it feels, because I feel it all the time. Those days where you sit and ask yourself, does it ever get easier? Because you feel so broken down inside, and you feel so lost and alone, and you feel like giving up is the only option left. You wake up, put on a fake smile, and hope you can last through the school day without breaking down, because everyone heard a rumor about you, or saw a picture of you, so they point, they laugh, they whisper. You sit there quietly, hoping they'll stop, but they don't. You tell yourself not to cry in front of them, to fight back the tears, and telling yourself, don't let them see me cry, please. They call you fat, ugly, worthless, crazy, suicidal. And every word they say, it tears you apart piece by piece. But they don't know that. They're all just doing it for fun. They don't know what you do when you get home. They don't know if you cry yourself to sleep every night. They don't know if every time they bring you down, you go home and cut and cut and cut until there's nothing left. They honestly don't know how hard you try to impress everyone and be the girl that every guy wants, or the guy that's popular. They don't know how hard you strive to be perfect. And the sad thing is, they never will. I find it sad that people think that depression is always being sad. They think depression is always crying, always wearing black clothing, but they're all wrong. Depression is a constant feeling of being numb to emotions, being numb to lie. You wake up every morning just to go back to bed again. Days aren't really days. They are just annoying obstacles that need to be faced. And how do you face them? You face them through medication, through drinking, through smoking, through drugs, or through cutting. When you're depressed, you grasp onto anything that can get you through the day. That's what depression is. Not sadness or tears. It's the overwhelming sense of numbness and the desire for anything that can help you make it from one day to another. And I think the worst part about depression is that it comes and goes as it pleases. You can be the most happiest person in the world, in the entire world, then bam, you feel like nothing. You feel alone. You feel misunderstood. You feel miserable. Depression can start as just a little tiny tear and turn into days or weeks or even months without eating, constantly cutting, having breakdowns every day. It's like you're not yourself, like someone else is eating you alive, tearing you apart. It's that tiny voice inside your head telling you, just one more cut, they won't notice, or the voice that tells you you're too fat or not skinny enough. That voice puts you down, and soon you believe it. You start to fade away from reality. You stop eating and constantly making new scars, hiding the pain from everyone with a big fake smile plastered to your face, and nobody will ever know how fucked up things are getting or how broken you are inside. And every time you cried yourself to sleep at night or binge in the bathroom or cut, you sit there and do those things. And I know everyone's hoping someone will barge in and notice that things aren't the same anymore, that something's wrong, that you just need someone to be there and tell you it'll be all okay. But nobody knows, and nobody has ever walked in or told you I'm here for you. And the thing about depression is even the most happiest people may seem okay. I bet now so many boys and girls are in their rooms crying or cutting, just hoping they can live to see tomorrow, because depression isn't something you're just diagnosed with. It's a monster. It eats and eats and eats at you until you have had enough. You start to stop talking to your close friends. You become so isolated, it's unreal. And you're always in your room, on your phone, probably on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or just reading texts from all those people that remind you daily that you'll never be good enough. You'll never have a thigh gap. You're so fat that you'll never be pretty enough for that one boy you really like. And it hurts, because you just feel like you've had enough, and you sit there and cry and cry and cry. You wonder why everyone hates you and why you aren't good enough. But I want you to know something. I struggle with depression, and I have struggled, and I am kind of still struggling with self-harm, but I want you to know that you are better than your depression. You are somebody. Somebody who is perfect in every single way. You're somebody who has a million flaws, but you've never guessed those flaws are perfect. You're not fat or ugly or not good enough, and who tells you that is just jealous or hurting inside, so they hurt you to make them feel better. Because everyone is beautiful. Everyone is perfect the way God made them. And I want you to look in the mirror. Take a look at yourself. Whether you've been not sleeping due to depression, not eating, or cutting, take a real good look at yourself. Are your wrists all cut up and scarred? Are your eyes bloodshot red from no sleep? Can you see your ribs because you haven't been eating because you want a thigh gap and collarbones and hip bones? Are you happy with what's happening? Honestly? because I can tell you that no person is worth making yourself look a mess or hurting yourself or putting yourself on the edge of death. Because to them you may not be perfect, but to me you're an amazingly beautiful person who deserves a smile and who deserves to be happy and deserves to have somebody that'll say, I'll always be here for you and it'll be okay, I promise. And if you don't have any of that, I want to tell you, I'll always be here for anyone who needs me because I know how it feels to be alone and hurt or broken. I won't let not one person feel unworthy or unwanted. You all have a purpose, and if you ever need me, you can always inbox me, kick me, or text me, or even call me. I promise I'll listen and try to help you the best I can, because everyone deserves to live. Nobody deserves to be pushed to the point that they've had enough by depression. It's hard, and I know you can do it. And I'll be here by your side every step of the way. Don't let depression get the best of you. Keep your head high and smile. Right now, there are probably people all over the world who are just like you. They're lonely, they're missing somebody, they're probably in love with someone they shouldn't be in love with. They have secrets you wouldn't believe. They wish, they hope, and they dream. They look out the window and watch cars go by, watch people walk on the street, wondering what those people have been through, wondering if there's someone out there who's just like them. They're like you. And you could tell them anything and everything right now, and they'd understand. And right now, they're here. They're sitting here, watching this video and hearing those words. And I'm saying them for you, so you know that you don't have to feel alone anymore. That I'll always be here. And I want you all to know that no matter how many mistakes you've made, or just anything, that you're just perfect, and you might not feel like it, but there's so many people out there who are probably dying just to get your attention, or dying to look like you, just dying to be what you are, because you are perfect. No matter what anyone says, you're worth everything, and I once thought that I wasn't worth anything, and I have tried to take my life a few times. I have scars all over my body, and looking back now, if I could have any wish, like, at all, like one wish for my entire life, it would be to go back and to never put the razor blade to my arm. To never make that first cut, because that first cut led to like 600 scars that I have. But whether you self-harm, binge, have bulimia, anorexia, depression, anxiety, anything, you're beautiful. Whether you're too skinny, because you know what, there's no such thing as too skinny, okay? If that's the way you want to look and you feel beautiful, then you are beautiful, simply beautiful, because you're proud of what you look like and you don't care what others say. I want you all to smile, and I don't want you guys to cry ever again. I want you to know that I will always be here, no matter the time, anything. I would listen to you go on and on for hours because I do care. Maybe no one else cares, but I do, and that's a promise, because you know what? If I can go through all of this and I'm still standing strong, then I know you can too. And I promise I'll help you the best I can. I will be there to guide you every step of the way if that's what it means, if that's what it takes. You are all loved and you're all beautiful, and I don't want any of you to forget that. Katie, I want you to look in the mirror right now and I want you to smile, because you know what? You are a very beautiful girl. And you don't deserve half the crap anyone gives you. And if anyone does have a problem with you, ignore them, because you know what? You're better than them. You are so fun to hang out with. You're just beautiful. Like, I wish I had your smile and your eyes and your hair. You're just so perfect, and I could go on for hours, but I'm not going to. And Simone, you as well. You're just gorgeous, and you are so freaking pretty, and I love you all, okay? Please don't forget that. If you ever think of self-harming or anything, I want you to come to me, because the first time you make that first cut, you think, oh, it was just one little cut, I'm never going to do it again. It can turn into such a big thing, and one day you might hit a vein, and I'd be lost without you guys. And I stopped cutting because, well, I don't know if you can see them, but I do have a lot of scars. But I stopped cutting, and I have so many people that have been here to support me, and I want to thank them. Christian, Tori, Jacob, Delaney, Steven, my amazing best friend that has always been there, my mom, my dad, my sister. I just want to thank everyone that has always been there for me, and you all should know who you are. Thank you for not giving up on me, and thank you for having hope in me. I want you all to know that you can do this. Promise. It's not as hard as it seems.